Talking about quarterbacks, because this has kind of been an elephant in the room, and you kind of going through it. Everybody on the media is talking about it, right? Some people want Russell Wilson. Some people want Justin Fields. Just talk to us a little bit about who, I know you don't have no control over it, but who would George Pickens want out there at quarterback? Justin Fields or Russell Wilson? Or it don't matter?
It really, to me personally, I know the media and the world want to pay me out as like a selfish guy, but honestly, I'm really like the most unselfish guy in the world. So it really don't, to me, bro, honestly, it really don't matter. They both good players. I know they both got two different playing styles, but they both good players, and, they both get, engineered victory, Really, that's, and me coming from Georgia, that's like one of the biggest things I only care about, to be honest with you, winning. I think that's really one of the reasons why, Devontae was, getting salty or angry, because not only was he not getting the ball, plus losing, everybody's mad, you know what I mean? So they both engineered victory, so yeah.
What is going on, y'all? It's Coffee, back with some NFL talk, some topics to touch on, man. You hear that clip there. Pickens being asked about Russ versus Justin Fields, man. And all the Steelers fans or football fans, definitely let me know what you think about it. But, man, like, talk about being put on the spot. Like, he's definitely put on the spot in a crazy way there. And when I say that, you heard him. He's like, I'm not this selfish guy everyone tries to make me out to be, man. I'm not that dude. As so many wide receivers get that, like, diva-like tag put on them. And, they're a cancer to the locker room, or they're selfish or whatever. And I'm not saying I've heard so much stuff like that about him, as we saw the stuff with him getting the big fines and all that lately for the message under his eye or whatever. I don't know, they hit him with a hefty fine for that one. But man, what a tough position to be put on national TV like that. Hey, Russ versus Fields, who do you want? And it's like, I don't think that he could answer that question in a sense. He's saying he doesn't care really. I don't know, like, let me know if you guys believe that, or if, I don't know. I mean, he could answer that. There's a way to answer that. I've seen times where there's been quarterback controversies, or I don't know that I necessarily reference this as a controversy. I guess it is. I don't know, man. But tough spot for Pickens. I want to know if y'all believe that, though. He's like, it doesn't really make a difference to me. They both have different styles. Let me know if you think he just was kind of didn't want to put down one of his teammates, and you believe that or not, and who you think will end up being named QB1. But then we got this real interesting clip and discussion to get into about my Buffalo Bills with this huge pickup.
History. Amari Cooper joining the Bills can keep them from history. No more important conversation on all of sports television than the conversation we're about to have, because it's about championships, something Shady you know all too well, having won two of them, one with the Chiefs. Does Amari Cooper put the Bills on the same level as the championship team?
I love us Amari Cooper to the Bills.
What about the Chiefs? Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes? No. I don't care if freaking Brady Moss came back with the Bills. It don't matter.
Yeah, help.
The Chiefs, I watched the Chiefs win games, right, with less talent, with more talent, with super speed explosion, with no explosion. They're just that good. They're well coached, they're disciplined, and now the defense is playing well. Because before it was only the offense. Now it's the defense. I do think that Amari Cooper will really help out this Bills team, right? And I think that will give him a chance to compete with the Chiefs, but I'm at this point where I got to see it now. There's times where I thought maybe the Bills might get the Chiefs, maybe the Bengals might get the Chiefs, maybe Ravens. They still don't do it, right? So I'm going to respect the Chiefs and say, hey, look, they're going to three-peat until somebody else shows me otherwise.
I like that.
Short and sweet.
I like it. The answer is no, but it helps a lot.
For sure.
It helps a lot. And the only reason why I'm saying no is right now, offensively, I feel they're the same now. Defensively, I feel the Kansas City Chiefs have a better defense. But offensively, I don't care what you say. You got a superstar in Josh Allen who's going to make a bunch of plays. Now you have a number one wide receiver in Amari Cooper who is like that. I know we've been in Cleveland and people don't remember what Amari Cooper is. When you talk about running routes and releases, I don't care who you put up there with him. Devontae, Justin Jefferson, I don't care. Keenan Allen, I don't care who you. He's in the conversation. He's like that as a route runner. So offensively, now you got James Cook in the backfield, who's emerging as an elite back.
Yes.
You have Josh Allen, and now you have a number one receiver who's going to get the number one corner, and it's going to make it easier on the Keon Coleman's and those other dudes. This is big time for Josh Allen. So it helps because now when you take the field, now you have a shot. And that's what I think this move was for. This move, we need to figure out how to beat the Chiefs. We're not going to beat the Chiefs with what we have right now, add Amari Cooper. So it definitely helps, but I'm giving a nod to the Chiefs still strictly because of their defense.
All right, so first things first, I just want to know from everyone out there what you think personally, all the fans, right? What's the better pickup? What's going to be more effective? The Bills getting Cooper or Aaron Rodgers and Devontae reuniting, you know, like, because going into that game where my Bills won a sloppy game, you know, but it's a W, right? A W is a W, especially in them divisional rivalry games. It can get like that sometimes, man. But when I was hearing all this about the Jets firing the coach and they can compete for the division right now, like this team is this good and all that, and I'm like, man, this team isn't even a playoff contender in my opinion, you know. And like Devontae reuniting with Rodgers is a big deal, but I don't know, let me know what you think is the bigger pickup. You know, does that push the Jets into a different territory? Do you look at them like a playoff contender at this point? But getting to what Shady McCoy, and we gotta say this too, man, what a crazy way, I've said this in multiple videos, to see such a talented running back get his dream shattered by Chip Kelly. Y'all remember that, right? Chip can't shake shit. Get traded from, like, was he from Harrisburg? So the Eagles were like his hometown team, I believe. He trades him to Buffalo. We love him in Buffalo. He develops a chemistry with the squad and everything. He's there when we break the playoff drought. You know, they end up moving on from him. When we drafted Devin Singletary and all that, I didn't want to see that happen, but it happened. But then for Shady to be such an amazing running back and to go out with back-to-back Super Bowl rings, but riding the pine, that was so crazy to see Shady get a ring with the Chiefs and with the Buccaneers, but not contributing. You know what I mean? And that's not a knock on him or a disrespect to him. It's just such a crazy way to see. God, this was like top tier talent at running back getting those Super Bowl rings. You feel me? But getting into what he was saying there, which is the big question about this pickup, the Bills getting Cooper, which is huge, man. I'm pumped. I'm amped for this. I personally think that we'll thrive more with Cooper, like that. It'll have more of an upside with my Bills than Adams will with the Jets, even though him and Rodgers have that chemistry and all that. You know what I mean? But man, like that's really what it is, you know, with this my Bills squad. Since the change, the culture of the team has been changed to a winning team, a playoff team, a team with a Super Bowl window, which, yes, it's still open. It's open every year. That Josh has been there, and there's been all these questions about McDermott, if he's really the guy or not, if he's got to go for the Bills to really get to the promised land, if he's done as much as he can with this team. You know, in the AFC, the Chiefs are the team that you want to beat. Like, we all know they're working on trying to match the Patriots dynasty, you know what I mean? And with the Bills, obviously the 13 seconds game and just all that heartbreaking stuff, and the fact that we've been able to beat them in regular season, but in the playoffs, we have not been able to, you know, like that's who you're prepping for to be able to beat, to get over the hump and to get to the Super Bowl. And to hear Shady McCoy say it like that, like, yo, I've seen him do it, you know, with more talent, less talent, playing good, playing bad. And then, you know, he was saying, and then now the defense is performing well, where it hasn't always been like that. He's like just saying, he's saying no, but he's just also saying it's like not a knock on the Bills or anyone. It's just that the Chiefs have been that good, you know, that you just got to see it to believe it. And I feel like that's a good answer. Even being a diehard Bills fan and, you know, being pumped and amped and wanting to see my squad go out there and do the damn thing. I mean, we just know what it's been. Obviously, this is huge, Cooper coming to Buffalo, and it does a lot. But, you know, it most definitely helps out our offense as the wide receiver by committee situation that we've been doing. I hadn't had a problem with, you know, teams are going to have struggles throughout the season and everything. That game against the Texans, Shakir, who had been Josh's favorite target, was out. Obviously, I believe for sure Cooper is wide receiver 1, you know. And you heard him, the other gentleman, Cooper is like that. You know, he is like the way things have been going in Cleveland. People may have forgot, like that Roy Jones track. Y'all must have forgot. This is huge, man, and I can't wait to see what him and Josh can do. And you know, I personally think the Bills were looking to make a move like this. You know, see who was out there available, wide receiver wise on the trade block. Regardless, personally, I don't think this was a thing where they're like, oh man, we've had some struggles or whatever. Like, no, I think from the jump, you know, obviously franchises, GMs or whatever, you know, who's available in trades and, you know, things like that. Teams having rapport, relationships, reaching out to each other and stuff like that is always a thing. You know, it's always part of the job description or whatever. But I think that this is something, you know, that the Bills, after the Diggs trade and coming into the season, were, I'm not saying like 100%, yo, this is where we're making a trade for show, but you know, we're keeping their eye out for. And it's big, and I'm happy it happened. And like I said, I'm giving like the Cooper Bills trade to me. Like, I think he will thrive way more than Devontae will in New York, back with his boyfriend, Aaron Rodgers. I'm just playing, y'all. But everyone comment, let me know your thoughts, man. What do you guys think with Pickens being put on the spot about Russ versus Fields? Who will get the start? And, you know, Shady McCoy, the way his career ended with them back-to-back rings on the Pine. It was just so crazy and bizarre to see. And again, that's not a diss. It just blew my mind. And, you know, what he said about the Bills and Amari Cooper coming to town and, you know, trying to knock the Chiefs off that pedestal in the AFC. Can the Bills do it? Will the Bills do it? Let's talk about it all in the comments. Subscribe and stay tuned for more Coffee Talk, where we talk music, news, sports, and more. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.